morning. Well, it's February the 1st, so happy February the 1st to everybody. I hope you're all keeping well and keeping safe. Today we're looking at Acts 27, starting at verse 1. So come on, we'll get straight in there this morning. And it's entitled, Paul Sails for Rome. When it was decided that we would sail for Italy, Paul and some other prisoners were handed over to a centurion named Julius, who belonged to the imperial regiment. We boarded a ship from Adramyttium, about to sail for port along the coast of the province of Asia. And we put out to sea. Aristarchus, a Macedonian from Thessalonica, was with us. The next day we landed in Sidon, and Julius, in kindness to Paul, allowed him to go to his friends so they might provide for his needs. From there we put out to sea again and passed to the lee of Cyprus, because the winds were against us. When we had sailed across the open sea off the coast of Cilicia and Pamphylia, we landed at Myra in Lycia. There the centurion found an Alexandrian ship sailing for Italy and put us on board. We made slow headway for many days and had difficulty arriving off Cnidus. When the wind did not allow us to hold our course, we sailed to the lee of Crete, opposite Salmon. We moved along the coast with difficulty and came to a place called Fairhaven, near the town of Lasea. Much time had been lost, and sailing had already become dangerous, because by now it was after the feast. So Paul warned them, "Men, I can see that our voyage is going to be disastrous and bring great loss to ship and cargo, and to our own lives also." But the centurion, instead of listening to what Paul said, followed the advice of the pilot and of the owner of the ship. Since the harbour was unsuitable to winter in, the majority decided that we should sail on, hoping to reach Phoenix and winter there. This was a harbour in Crete, facing both southwest and northwest. Wow, there's some difficult names in there. But what can we say about what we read this morning? Well, as you can see, I'm all kitted out. I'm actually off on a journey myself this morning. And we're all on a journey. From the day we're born, we're on a journey. And Paul, we see, was on another leg of his life journey. He was sailing into the unknown. He didn't know what he was going to encounter when he reached Rome, or even because of the sailing conditions, whether he'd even get there. It was the wrong time of year in many ways to sail the open seas. Waves were high, conditions were bad, winds were against them. But still, they sailed off to Rome. Even as a prisoner, we see that Paul still wanted to use his influence. But he also found favour with the centurion named Julius. And you know what this makes me think is that Paul never wasted any opportunity he found himself in. He never wasted an opportunity to influence. And he also seemed to always find some favour. So what does this teach us today? It's very simple. Very simple, but also very difficult. That no matter the journey we're on in life, no matter the way we are headed, no matter what the weather is like, no matter what the season is like that we happen to be in, we always need to use every opportunity to witness. We always need to use every opportunity to be a godly influence. And we always have to take every opportunity that's presented to us. Paul was a prisoner. Paul was on a ship heading into who knows what, but still he used what he had, and he used who he was, and he used who God had made him to make a difference. And for us, and for myself, as I go out on my little bit of a journey today, I don't know what I'm going to encounter. I don't know what I'm going to come up against. But one thing's for sure, I've been presented with an opportunity to go out and actually meet someone, because today we're allowed to walk as long as it's social distancing. So that's what I've been invited to do, and that's what I'm going to do. But who knows who I'll meet on my way. So wherever you're heading today, if you're not heading anywhere, but if you're phoning somebody, if you're in conversation with somebody, if you're doing FaceTime with somebody, or if the somebody is God, this is the part of the journey that you're on. So take every opportunity to get what you can out of the journey and to input what you can into the journey. So take care, have a really good day, and hope February the 1st is good to you. Well, we'll see, won't we? Take care, God bless, and thank you. Bye, I'm off.